But the fact, I mean, you was grateful for them coons at the time, be fair, you was. You ain't too pleased about it now, are you? I mean, if the truth be told, you'd like to ship them all back again, wouldn't you? So, but we don't want to, mate, because we've got enough of our own.
Change the pace. Man called Candidate Salmon. I just saw. I'm 3/4 of the way through that video. By the way, you beat me to it, yeah? Because yeah, I was, you know, I said when the UK's coons start getting brave enough to show their face and come out on TV spouting diametrically opposing views to the collective of black people.
Yeah.
England's gonna. That's when you know England's in a bad way, right? That's when you know we're getting to American style racism, when the coons feel safe, right? And I literally just clicked onto YouTube and I've seen the front page that you've got on your one, which is an array of coons. It's a fucking coon gallery, yeah? It's a gallery of coons. There needs to be some collective word, some collective term for coons, yeah? A gaggle, yeah? I don't know, a bevy of coons. I don't know where, you know. But, dude, why can't you say coon?
Right, you know, right? Because you know what it is. No,
I'm listening.
I made it a game, right? Because what I found is that the people that watch my videos, they refer to coon back to the old day of, you know, like back in the day in the 70s, 80s.
Absolutely.
Where coon was a racist term towards black people. Yeah, we've turned it around. It doesn't mean that anymore. Now, I mean, me and you know what it means. Me and you know what it means, but white people, they still, oh, you're just being racist to all of the black people, so you're a racist. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? So I've kind of explained, I've explained it in the video.
A policeman in Edmonton tried to arrest me on the basis of me being racist, because I said this is some coon-ass Sambo shit. Right, he's using racist terminology. I'm now arresting you on the basis. I was just laughing. But here's my view on the matter, right? There was, if we think back to the time of Alf Garnett, right? Right? That's when the word coon was like offensive. I remember a show called National Alf. Right? It was called National Alf. So you got your play on National Front, do you understand? National Alf, right? It was on my mum's black and white telly up in the bedroom. That's in them days when mum had to spare telly in her room. We were like, it's after 10 o'clock and dad sent us to bed, but if we run upstairs to mum's bedroom, we can watch telly for another half an hour, right? And National Alf was on, right? And he was doing this monologue. Right, and I went to the shop, and this is coon here, and it's just right. And then they did a flash of the crowd, right? And there was a black man in the crowd, and everyone was laughing. He was there going, "Oh no," shaking his head, right? Right, and that's when I realized that is a coon. That is a coon, right? Now, the weight of that word, it only means something to black people who've been suffering racism in the 70s and the early 80s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s before it went out of fashion. And it went out of fashion in the UK out of just common decency. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But that generation have a negative attachment to the word coon, and many of that generation checked out of racial discourse. They checked out of discussing anything to do with race and completely assimilated.
They did, didn't they? Yes.
Right, in the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, just up to 2010, it started to go left for them. So we're talking about 40 years for some people who would be like in their 80s and then those 90s, but maybe even 30 years of people who opted out of any racial discourse. So when the conversation was evolving and Sambo and Coon now describes actually them, right? Who don't see colour. I don't see what the problem is. Right? Who are you talking about? Who's being racist? I don't know. Like, I've seen some videos of some real Kent coons, right? But their negative association attachment to the word coon stems from Alf Garnett days, right? And they portray themselves, being offended at the term coon. Right? Because I'm sorry, that word has legitimately changed now to infer traitorous, black person, detrimental to your own community. Right?
Exactly.
100%, that's what it means. 100%. Right? So if I'm calling someone a coon, right? Like Oh, damn. She's pretty, but Dominique, whatever her name is, she's a coon, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right, that beige thing with the afro, that's a coon.
Yeah,
right?
the new coon, or Calvin Robinson.
Leaders of the new coons. There's a video. Leaders of the new coons.
Yeah.
See, I just gave you a video title. Yeah, that's what you could have called that one.
Yeah,
right? No, in fact,
for real.
Well, anyway, but you can have the see an array of that. Leaders of the new coons. Yeah, right. But in fact, I'm going to record this. I'm going to title it "Leaders of the New Coons." Right?
Yeah.
Tony Sewell, right, has proven himself to be a coon, right? Because the UN has even called that a disastrous report, right?
Yeah.
Dominique, whatever her name is, she's pretty, but she's turning point, whatever, right? Which is using black people as a spearhead to try and push racist agendas. We're not stupid, right? So the beige thing, Calvin Robinson, could never walk through Tottenham. He could never walk through Hackney, right? Now, thing is, and who was the other one? There was a fourth one.
You got Kimmy Badenoch, but you've got that new guy. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Kemi Bedwench.
Yeah, Kemi Bedwench. Yeah.
Kemi Bedwench. See, that was the deal that we made with the Nigerians. Yeah, we train them for SARS. Yeah, we train them up to do SARS as long as we put one or two of their grandchildren into Parliament. Yeah, that's a trade-off with Nigeria. But 100% coon. Right? Their actions demonstrate, they exemplify coonery, right?
Yeah.
So anyone offended at the definition of their behavior, which is coonery, right? It would appear they're trying to opt into racial discourse at this point, right?
Yeah.
And they're proving themselves to be ignorant of the articulation of the day.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Right? So when you weren't saying the word coon, right, me and my girlfriend were looking at each other and going, hey, what's this bro's problem, man? What's going on? Okay, let me ring him up. What's going on? You got a problem saying the word coon?
You know how I flash up the picture though,
no, that's what you motherfuckers are, man. Fucking coons.
But in the video, I flashed up the picture in it. You watched the
video? Yeah. I didn't even put up a picture of Calvin Robinson. I just put up a beige picture. Right? I just put up a beige square. Right? I should have put a beige square with an afro on it. Right? But that would have taken work.
Yeah, for real.
I should have just put a beige square with an afro there. Yeah, see that? Then take your light skin guy. Anyways. But that's, I mean, it's old, it's kind of old news for us, but it's not old news in America. It's 100% legitimately used in American discourse to describe a black person who's counter to the culture, right? Negative to the culture. You're a coon, especially one that tap dances and wants 100% to be seen as participating with white society. You're a coon. Do you understand? White society's trying to kill us at the moment, and there's a genocide going on in America. And if you're still tap dancing for white people, which is what you're doing, you're a coon. You're acting like a human condom so that we can get fucked. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right there, a sheath.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is your lot in life, to be used as a sheath, right? So it's a bit of a shame. But I keep saying it's a bit of a shame. It's a shame that a pretty black girl is going to use her looks and the flower of her youth to push something really ugly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right? You know what it is, right? I think with Dominique Samuels, she's playing smart. She'll get a wake up. She'll get that wake up.
Yeah,
she'll get that knock on that door. She'll get that knock on the door. You know what I mean?
Once they finish you there, oh, do you know what I mean? Tony Sewell, he can fuck off. Yeah, Magnan or whatever name, fuck off. Yeah, Calvin Robinson, boy. See, none of these guys could walk through the manor.
And of course they can't. And the thing is, right. And one of the things that I think personally, is because, especially with the Calvin Robinsons, is that when you listen to their rhetoric, right? I mean, he's talking about in one of the interviews he did on Good Morning Britain, right? He's saying that, I understand what racism is. I face racism, but not from white people. I face racism more from black people.
Yeah, because you were being a coon. That wasn't racism. That was people. That was people giving him a correct assessment of his behaviour. Yeah, mate, you're a coon. Do you know what I mean? That's probably what was going down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I knew he was going to drop that.
And people like him, right? Because like he was trying to say, because I think I watched he was on talk radio the other day, yeah, and he was trying to advocate that, I don't see myself being used by the political agenda because I'm all of a sudden on these, I'm popular on the network, so to speak. Yeah. I'm not being used. I'm just speaking my view. And he had that. Remember when he had that conversation with that Ken? What's his name? He pointed out, "Well, are you black, mate?" You know what I mean? And he got upset and started crying. He walked off. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I didn't see that.
You didn't see that one. You didn't see that one, yeah, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, he's been portrayed as a person who supposedly represents black community, whatever. But obviously, every black person knows he's a coon, yeah. But he still wants to try and portray that, no, I'm just a black person who's conservative, and I don't think like they do. Well, I say this to everyone. Well, let's go with the consensus, yeah? If what you say, right, is against what every other black person says, then who's in the wrong? Us or you? You know what I'm saying?
Right, now, here's the social bit that's happened, right? You've got a generation of people that have been, and here's a word, inculcated, yeah? For at least 2 decades, yeah? They've been inculcated, yeah? Away from black society, within white society, and then they've been primed and sent out into the world to go and talk. Do you understand? Right?
Yeah.
That has to have been what happened, because none of these guys can walk. I keep saying it over and over again every time I make a video, right? Like I've been to America, right, and I kind of seen the boroughs, and I've seen where the black communities are, and I know if you're a person about your shit, you go and you visit those communities and you speak to the black people. And you know, here we got, I don't know, you're in Leicester, but in London we got Tottenham, we got Brixton, we got East, we got Harlesden. Do you understand? There's areas where black people are. Right, and if you frequent those areas, you're going to see certain faces and you're going to see certain names pop up because you know they're about the community, because they're out in the community. And I'm a long-winded way of going around saying, once again, our historian is Robin Walker, right? I see that's our black historian, but the BBC keeps giving us David Olusogun. Right? I've seen Robin Walker in the ends. I've seen Robin Walker talking to black people. I've been to one of his lectures when he did a lecture in the downstairs part in Dalston, in Hackney, in that little downstairs, like, you know, basement. Do you understand? Yeah. Right? So I've been to one of them basement lectures, right? So, like, if he pops up and I see him up with a new book, I'm like, Robin Walker. Yeah, man, wrote When We Ruled. See, I used that book in school when I was teaching and blah, 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 right? Because he's part of the community. Who is David Olusogun? I still don't know who. So we're getting these placebo niggas.
The purpose of the coon, is to be the intermediate to appease for white guilt, right? But in a nutshell, right? They're the ones who come out and apologize, or say, it's not. What they do, their job is to redirect or deflect any accusations of racism from the black community on towards white people and try to put it back on it's black people's fault. The reason why you're getting pulled over and stopped in the street is because it's your fault.
Yep, that was pretty much the rhetoric of that race report.
Exactly.
And they were talking, I can't remember the terms, but it just seemed they were trying to say pretty much every bit of racism was anecdotal, right?
Yeah.
So, and the language, I forgot the term they use now in terms of linguistic inflation, was it? I can't remember. It was
I don't know.
Something stupid like that. With basically,
But even using the word anecdotal, right?
Yes, that's just in your experience.
Your experience doesn't mean anything. Oh, okay, you've got no evidence to prove that. Oh, so it doesn't mean anything, right? And the harsh reality, and I kind of tried to explain this in my video. The harsh reality is that in the language that's being used, for a lot of black people, because certain words are not common in the way we speak and the way we talk, they get tricked, or they don't understand how the terminology of using anecdotal or...
That's what they're there for. They're there to soften the nastiness of the racism, or even make it seem pleasant.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
that's the way.
Those are So those guys you put up there are definitely leaders of the new coons. Yeah. In fact, yes, I'm gonna snap print this I'm gonna hit stop. I just recorded that little, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Recorded that conversation. Okay, so cool. So we're breathing a collective sigh of relief here. We're like, okay. Mate, did you make that point in the video, or was there something I missed?
What's that?
About you not saying coon in the video.
Oh yeah, no. So I used a picture. So what it was is I kind of like made I used a picture of a raccoon in the video. Yeah.
I know.
As a game, and then my intention was to put in a comment, right? You know, like pinned at the top comment. Let's make a game out of the use of the word coon. Yeah, because like I said, I've got a lot of fucking trolls on my site. Yeah, who want to fucking flag me and fucking report me and shit. Oh, you're a racist and this that and the other.
Oh,
So
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was like, okay then, let's make a game out of it. Yeah, when you see the raccoon picture on there, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right. Okay. Well, remember, the Tariq Nasheed has got the Coon Train Awards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know, it's the Coon Train Awards for coons. That you can say you're not going to get flagged. I don't think you will.
Yeah, true.
I've used some very tasty.
Yeah, no, because I remember in that black politics group that you got kicked out of, where people, this guy's using the offensive coon where this Netanyahu he's talking about da. Like, what about?
Oh, were you talking about Pro Black UK? The Facebook
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, isn't it weird? Isn't it weird what's come to pass since then? Isn't it weird, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels goes from strength to strength. Yeah, and wow, yeah, and they're seen for basically they just go around. They make black groups, right? And here's the thing, right? There are a couple of people from those in that group who are admin, right? Who have joined another black group that I know, which is a wholesome black group, which is Lash Albert, right?
Okay.
Right, and that's a decent group, right? With parents and teachers in it, right?
Yeah.
And they've been trying to work out where all of their bans and their flags have been coming from.
Right.
And if you check, right, Pro Black UK, and if you check the admin, right, you'll see what a couple of those admin have joined other black groups as well, and that's where your flags and your bans are coming from.
Seeing, yeah.
So the leader of the group, a young lady, was talking about, like, I'm getting all these bans. Where all these bans coming from? Where all these flags coming from? I'm back out of Facebook jail again. Well, yeah, one of the people on your list, they're admin for over there. So, I got banned for crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a barrel.
Raw. Okay.
Crabs in a barrel. Right, but Facebook unblocked it. Right, because I challenged it. So I get. What was it? What's the other one? Another black horror thing about living in the deep south with the KKK. Ooh, they're coming. And I was like, more trauma porn. No thanks. Got banned. Right?
Oh, shit.
Facebook were like, we're sorry about this. Unban me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So they work as a collective and then they ban you out. Right? But once I clocked, then I was intentionally doing stuff that I knew was getting their back up. A lot of manosphere stuff. A lot of anything to do with being masculine, right? Anything to do with being masculine, and they're on you, right? Anything anti-LGBT, and they're on you.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand? So I don't know what part LGBT has got to do with any of this, right? But they're still pushing it, and right, it's weird because right now, if you look at the amount of deaths that are going on in America, it's whole hell. Like the green light. Like they're killing niggas now, going, it was my gun. That was my gun. Oh my god, I thought it was a taser. Right. Yeah. And I just saw another shooting about this morning, and it's gonna be a big one. And it's the policeman jumping out, going, drop the gun, 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 about 20 times, and then shoots a black man dead, and he's got a house phone in his hand. Right?
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah. So he shot him 10 times, and when he shot him 10 times, he kept saying, "Show me your hands." After you shot the guy 10 times, screaming, "Show me your hands." Right, so it's full blown, and this is under Joe Biden, right? And the funny thing is, right, all of those websites that I got banned from in the run up to the election, all of these websites that sprung up out of nowhere, the Blaxploitation Now and Forever website, with all of these 70s stuff, showing a lot of old classic 70s stuff to build up so that just before the election, they went, vote Biden-Harris, vote Biden-Harris, vote Biden-Harris. And anyone that disagreed or outlined anything, right, in writing, they got them banned, not only banned from the group, but banned from Facebook. Right? So there were several groups that were founded, right, on the basis of being very cool and black, right, that to the run up to the election, as soon as the election's done, they've all disappeared now. Because now you want to go back and say, hang on a second, look at what you got now. Look at the killings. Like someone get, what's Joe Biden said about anything about Joe Biden's phone appearance? Is that all? Okay, fair enough. Somebody at the door. All right. Anyway, look, man. I'm gonna stop. I'm printing this. Yeah. In a bit, man.
All right, in a bit.
Yo, I'm getting ready to put y'all up on something, man. Yo, when you see something ill, you know what I mean? That's woke. Anything ill.